Hello, everybody. Let's give YouTube some time to get caught up with us. As you can probably see, Kelly and I are in the same room next to each other doing the AI Circle live from down here in Scottsdale. Just got the notification that we're live.
Is it down here in Scottsdale?
It is for me.
Oh, that's right.
Good stuff. All right, so before we're still going to start with the same stuff from Kelly, market updates, all that good stuff. He's going to talk about some Smartfolios we have coming early next year. We've got a couple other things to cover as well, but more importantly, we're down here in Scottsdale doing a company-wide meeting planning for next year. So we're going to have a few people join us and I guess be guests today. One of them you've already met before in Rob, but you'll have Randy and some others as well. So Kelly, you have anything to start us off with?
Other than hello and happy holidays, I think we can go right into it. What do you think, Lee?
Yeah, let's get our favorite part out of the way here. So iFlip Investor Inc. and iFlip Financial Services are not financial advisors and do not make, buy, sell, or hold recommendations on any financial instrument. This presentation is for educational purposes only. Unique experiences and past performances do not guarantee future results. All financial investments involve risk, and you should speak with your CPA or financial representative to ensure the iFlip Smartfolios you select are suitable for your investment profile before trading in a live brokerage account.
Lee, you can read well.
And fast. Before Kelly starts speaking, I see a handful of you on here. Someone just say hi in the chat. We are at a conference center, and who knows how good the audio is coming through or video, and we honestly could look like ghosts. So I hope everything's well. Honestly, there's not much we can do if it's not. But just give me a hi, hello, something in the chat so that we know you can hear us.
Oh, there's someone, Mr.
We
Kidder.
got a question. All right, we're going to move forward with the assumption that they can hear us, because if not, we're going to delete this anyway. There we go. Hey, Lizzie. All right, Kelly, take it away.
Hello, everyone. By the way, to Dave Kidder, I use TradeView to be able to see charts because I like the way it works. Thank you, everybody. I got the whole screen and this monster microphone in front of me. We are broadcasting from our conference center in Scottsdale, Arizona today. And we have our whole team here, again, as Lee mentioned, for our company meeting, which is annual, always at this time of year. Again, one more time, happy holidays, everyone. We have one more AI circle to end the year, and then we will go from there. 2025, I expect, will be a very interesting year, hopefully a very good one, as 2024 seems to have been for all of us. Okay, where to begin? Again, this will be an abbreviated 30-minute AI circle. We're doing this because, again, we are still in the middle of a company meeting, and we put this together just to have continuity of our program with everyone. So, again, forgive us of any video, audio. I'm on a new computer, everything. So let's try to bear with me as I go through some of the markets. I will not have charts today. Again, bandwidth problems from the hotel make it very difficult. But I think we all kind of know, and I'll get right into it from here, that 2024, the S&P 500 is up approximately 27%. That's a great year by any standard. We also know that the Dow Jones is up around 20% for the year. We also know that the Russell is up around 17% that I last looked. I could be off on that one. We also know Bitcoin has made a monster rally and moved to $100,000 a coin. And that, of course, came really right on the heels of the announcement of the election. So what's really going on for 2024? So the recap of 2024, of course, was just given. You know what it was. People's accounts obviously did well. The issue is, okay, everybody had a good year in 2024. Let's take a look at what do we think 2025 will bring. Well, first of all, we have a whole new political environment. We all know that the results of the election were, if not a mandate, it was just shy of a mandate to change the way we live and work and run our lives in America. Donald Trump, of course, has won the election. And however, whatever people think, it has profound consequences for the markets. After November 5th, that Tuesday, we've seen the market jump up 7% from just that news itself. But what we've also seen is Bitcoin jump from around 70,000 to almost 100,000 right now. So that there is almost a 40% jump just since the election. It's just moves like this you don't see often in life, but we did see them here. Why is Bitcoin going up? We'll start there. Well, obviously, Donald Trump, prior to the election, announced that he is for Bitcoin. We will no longer have Gary Gensler, thankfully, to be able to monitor and prohibit the growth of a new currency. The idea of people not liking Bitcoin, of course, was because they're afraid of what it does to their own sovereign value of their currency, including the United States. On the other hand, if you embrace it, you can actually make from this, which means we can now possibly, the government will allow it, they will support it, and of course, they will also tax it. Now, how we tax it and how that all unfolds will be the issues of 2025 and beyond. But we have an entire administration that is going to be for Bitcoin and all the other currencies that might make it. In my opinion, and I've said this many times before, Bitcoin is the Cadillac. There is no other currency that will manage in the future. So I feel that if we're going to involve and embrace crypto in any way, it has to be Bitcoin. It's not Solana. It's not even Ethereum. Those are the coins that I think over the next few years will probably fall by the wayside. Doesn't mean they'll go to be valueless, but it does mean that if the government is going to embrace something, it'll embrace one, not many. That is the best bet. So therefore, the bet for 2025 and beyond is we will now really have to earnestly look at increasing the allocation of Bitcoin inside of most portfolios, including those that are conservative. That is what the large money managers are going to do. So now we have the large RIA outfits like Orion and many others that are going to start to add these to their portfolios. So Bitcoin is on the rise. It's going to go higher from here in 2025. And again, as the disclaimer says, this is my opinion. It is not any kind of fact. The most important thing is that we have to understand that because we have a new administration, we now can develop a theme in how we can build portfolios going forward for 2025 and beyond. And that theme, we kind of have to do this. We'll be starting to come out and evolve over the next few weeks before end year. And by the 18th, when we do the next AI circle, I will have more detail on what some of these components will be inside these new portfolios. But let's talk about that just for a few seconds. One thing we've learned about Donald Trump, whether you like him or not, is you have to take him at face value. So at face value, he has said he's going to support cryptocurrency, and that means Bitcoin. We're going to take him at face value. We're going to buy it. We're also going to have to look at the other things he said. And the main one is energy. He wants to be a net energy exporter. What does that mean? We now know energy prices have come down to their lows, very similar to where they were when the Biden administration took power in 2020. Gas and oil are around the same prices as they were then. However, everything else has gone up. So he will even overdevelop this industry so we can be a net exporter. That means there's certain groups in industries that are going to perform much better as a consequence of what Donald Trump and his administration, which to a man will support his directions. And one of the directions, again, are going to be to build out their energy infrastructure. The good news is that many of our portfolios already had the components that he is supportive of. For example, All Plains American and Energy Transfer, which has been in most of our portfolios and huge components inside of our red oil portfolio. But the more important thing to note here is what is the motif? What is the theme we can have with energy to say, hey, what is the best way for Flip customers to prosper through now and at least for the next 2 years while he holds power in all 3 branches of government. My personal opinion is going to be that it's going to be around the energy sector. It's going to be around data, infrastructure, and other kinds of companies that support the growth of both cheaper energy yet exporting of energy more, and finally, the ability to transmit data. Data, of course, means cryptocurrencies and many other things, but these are just the hints. So I will build out a couple of theme portfolios and modify the existing portfolios to reflect this new administration the best we can. And that means we are going through a massive mapping consequence right now to be able to see how to best integrate what the expectations are for the next 2 years and beyond for where the markets are going to go and how to best serve Flip customers. So really look for quite a few changes and rebalancings late this month and of course beginning for the next year. So you're going to see a lot of new portfolios and changes to the existing ones, and we think it'll be for the better. Otherwise we wouldn't do it. And the good news is it's not really that hard to understand what we need to do. So we now will allow our Flip customers, of course, as you know, you can click a button and get a good portfolio, but now we'll click a button and we will get portfolios that really represent what we think and what we know our science is best at managing. And that is some new symbols that you're going to see throughout. Again, I'm being a bit redundant, our existing portfolios and some brand new ones. Some of them, there will be some new names out there that you have never heard before. And there will be some companies that are that'll represent things you probably don't know. And if you do know, then that's good news. And if you don't know, then the good news is that you will be on the cutting edge, I feel, of what the best investments are going to be for 2025 and 2026 and hopefully beyond. So Lee, I could of course go into other things, but let's go right into the fact that since it's an abbreviated session, there's a few other things we want to do today. Lee?
Yeah. Perfect. Well, good stuff. So in summary, new portfolios are coming. We'll probably talk about them a little bit more on the next one. To use this time, the 18th, I believe. Yeah, 2 days from now will be our last AI Circle of 2024. We'll dive into those Smartfolios a little bit more next time. Just a couple of things, and I can't believe I didn't say this to start, but the Black Friday promo, that thing has been killing it. I don't know, have you seen it?
I have.
Yeah, so it's very widely adopted. I just want to take a second because we don't do these promos, especially cash match or gift card basically money promotions often at all. So just stay tuned in your emails. Again, these are very rare things. And I'm still getting texts like, dang, I missed this Black Friday promo. So don't want that to happen to you guys. Just checking notes here. I think that's it for now. So we're going to have our first guest who's going to be Randy, who's our CEO. He's going to come say a few words to you guys, and then we'll have a couple others. I do see some questions in the chat, and Kelly and I will come back after the guests join us, and we will answer those and then wrap up for the day. So, Randy, why don't you come on over?
Randy, take my seat.
I will. Beat it.
Okay, I'm out.
Hey, everybody. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Kelly. It's pretty awesome. We're all, you guys probably told them where we're at. We're in Arizona. We have our annual company meeting going on right now. So a lot of people are here working through plans, what we're going to do for next year. You guys all heard Kelly talk about everything that's going on, and we're super excited. And I just want to give you guys one end of year idea or tip. If you don't have your Roth IRA set up yet, get it set up. There's no better vehicle. There will not be a better vehicle on the planet, not just in America, for your investments. You can only put a certain amount of money in it. We can get that thing open right away. I see, hey, Lizzie Bell. Hey, Australia's on the phone. Hey, so that's exciting. So yeah. That's it. I just wanted to say hi. We wanted to take the opportunity, since we're all here, jump on, say hi. For those of you that don't have a face to the name, now you do. We're going to get a couple other ones on here, and I'm going to have someone else jump on here and talk a little bit about Flip. You know, as he's new, not new, he's one of our board members, and he's here and part of the meeting too. This is Jeff Hazlett, board member. Thanks for coming, Jeff.
Hey, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here. For those who don't know me, I'm Jeffrey Hazlett. I'm chairman of the C-Suite Network and host of All Business with Jeffrey Hazlett on C-Suite Radio and C-Suite TV, which is one of our networks that we have. I'm a former Fortune 100 officer. I started my career, or at least in television and podcasts, as a judge on Celebrity Apprentice for 3 years, and then went on to host my own primetime series and show on Bloomberg, and then started the C-Suite Network. And of course, we're partners with iFlip, and I love the product so much, became an investor, became a board member, and of course, we're working as a partner. Our group has about 10,000 C-suite executives that are members in a community that's opted in, about 350,000 of trusted executives. And one of the reasons that we like iFlip so much is because in this world of digital, you got to know who to trust. And it's very difficult because there's a lot of people that can stand up things in a moment's notice and you don't know who they are. And what we liked is the ability to know the team, which I have a lot of faith in this team. That's one of the reasons I joined a board. I serve on 14 corporate boards. 3 of those are public companies, and work almost exclusively now in consulting with bigger companies and new startups that are going to be big, like companies like DocuSign was one of the companies I most recently stepped off the board for. And saw the opportunity with iFlip and said, let's go do it. And so now here we are in our annual meeting. This is our second one that I've been a participant in. And I'm learning as much as everybody is, and then helping to have some input in on the real goals for the year, for next year. And then, and those are real important to be able to set so that we have some tangible steps to be able to deliver the kinds of products and services that everybody wants and needs and wants to make sure that flows very well. So one of the cool things I can report is that you're in good hands, and we're in good hands to be able to have good stewards of our cash, good stewards of our investment, but more importantly, tracking ahead of where everybody else is, which is awesome to be able to have. So with that, I'll turn it back over to Lee, and I'll sit around. If there's questions, we'll answer those. If you need autographs, anything, I'm just joking at that. That is not going to happen here, but nonetheless, just wanted to join. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Jeff. A virtual autograph, that'd be something. If you could get autographs on the AI Circle, we might have to add some zeros to the attendance. So we'll get Kelly back after this. Familiar face next to me. I know you're on, a month ago?
The last month, yeah. 2
months ago. For those that don't remember, this is Rob Simone. I'm going to hand the mic over to him. I don't have much more to say, I guess, for you.
Yeah, I'm going to be real quick, and I'm going to stick to a talk track that I usually bring up when I'm on the show, but also when I talk to customers and everyone. There's really 3 steps that we've designed to help customers succeed. And I know I'm speaking to the choir here and the experienced customers mostly, but we still notice that people who have been with us for a while still need to implement some of these strategies in order to succeed. The first is that every one of our customers, new or with us forever, really needs to take advantage of one of our core strategies. There's 3 of them. You guys probably know that. But if you're not invested in a core strategy, it's really important that you take a second look at that and consider having that be the main part of your investment portfolio, because we've really designed it so that those are our sort of prestige products, the ones that are designed to outperform the market to the best of their ability, but also to protect against the volatility as we see it. That's number 1. Number 2 is you have to get yourself set up with recurring deposits. We are designing products that work as you contribute to them over time. And we know that that's the compounding effect of that with any investment product is huge. And so it doesn't have to be a lot, it just needs to be consistent. And that way you're always dollar cost averaging in, and you're letting the AI do what it's designed to do. And then step number 3 is then after you have that core strategy taken care of, then you look at some of the additive smartfolios and products that we have, things like BitFlip and things like Red Oil and the others that you guys are familiar with. And that's the recipe to success in stage 1. And then Jeff and Randy mentioned that we're at our annual planning meeting. I wanted to just kind of quickly talk about some of the things that we're really focused on at this annual planning meeting, because they're super important to us, but they're also important to you. Number 1, first and foremost, is just a commitment to an improved customer experience. And I think that as an early stage company, it's really important to us to always be improving it. But that is by far the theme this year. How do we make this product more seamless, easier to use, and always evolving to what you guys need to succeed and have a pleasant engagement with iFlip? Number 2 is better communications and updates. communicating with our customers to let them know what's happening at every stage of their investment and their onboarding and their journey with us. And that's things like push alerts and text updates and email updates as we see them being important. And then the last is what Kelly was alluding to when he talked, just product innovation. 2024, we launched 2 new big products, BitFlip and Shield Plus. And we really obviously leaned into the promotion of BitFlip because of what's happening in the crypto market and how it makes sense for our customers to be protected from some of the volatility that exists with Bitcoin. And it's been hugely successful. And so we're super proud of that product, but that we've wrapped our heads around what it means to be successful with product innovation in 2025. And that Kelly has really been confined to that zone with respect of where he's spending his time the next 3 months. And that we have a lot of exciting ideas for what we'll be launching next year. And of course, you guys are the ones that we'll be sharing with first. So I'm excited about that. That's what I wanted to mention. If there's ever any questions about how to be successful with iFlip, that's what we're here for. And stay tuned for some big stuff.
Perfect. And I know you brought up BitFlip. I didn't know if you wanted to share any of the metrics, but I know for those that might remember, Rob was the one that, in addition to Kelly, built the BitFlip Smartfolio. So they kind of collaborated on that, if you will, and it's obviously been very widely adopted. And a lot of folks the last month or two have been quite pleased with the Bitcoin boom, especially in their iFlip account. So go ahead if you want to share any words with that.
Yeah. So, I mean, obviously a lot of the success of BitFlip has to do with the fact that Bitcoin is on the rise. And we don't take credit for the fact that Bitcoin is an amazing asset right now, and that there's a tremendous amount of tailwinds behind it as a currency. But we're seeing anywhere between 3 and 6 new investors in the Smartfolio per day. With a tremendous amount of assets that are invested in it. And just to remind everyone, the strategy that BitFlip is designed to implement it seems like it should be fundamental to other products, but it's incredibly unique. In fact, we haven't seen it anywhere else. And in short, 50% of every dollar invested in the BitFlip Smartfolio is a buy and held Bitcoin forever, right? Because we believe in the long-term value of it as an asset. And then 50% is an actively managed AI investment. So in other words, the algorithm and the machine learning components of iFlip are deciding when that half of your money should be in or out of Bitcoin as an investment through the ETF product. So what that does is it allows us to protect you when we see downside or a downtrend developing in Bitcoin, and then to buy back in when it's opportunistic to do so. Is it perfect? No, of course not. But it is designed so that you are never overexposed within that asset class, which is the opposite of what happens if you were to just go out and buy Bitcoin on your own, or to go through a brokerage account and to buy IBIT as an ETF. And that's a big difference because a lot of people are really apprehensive about the volatility that exists with Bitcoin, and when is it going to go up? Will it keep going up? Is it a bubble? Is it not a bubble? And so we've kind of just taken that worry out of the equation. And I think that's what's made it so popular. And if you take a look, if you're invested in it and you take a look at the activity associated with it, or if you aren't invested in it and you take a look at the Smartfolio page, you'll notice that it has traded in and out a couple of times in the last 6 months. And during one of those trades, it very opportunistically sold and then bought again at the downtrend and rode it back up from the 70s to I think we hit 99 today, which is just a huge win for the product. And we're going to keep designing strategies like that because they're so amazing.
Perfect. Thanks, Rob. Thanks for joining, Kelly. Let's get you back over here.
Thanks, Rob.
I know you're itching to get back over here.
Oh yeah, I was trying to get my seat, but I got thrown out.
Anything on the market update or anything else that when you're sitting back and listening, anything you forgot to say or anything you wanted to add? We honestly don't have many questions tonight, and it's probably good because we're on a bit of a time crunch.
Yeah,
So.
the things that I think are the most interesting to note is that with the S&P 500, of course, going to probably close out the year at all-time highs. It closed and made a new all-time high today. We're seeing this indication, and we all know that the markets are literally on the move up. I see no reason why the markets would be anything else other than on their highs on December 31st. So the good news is there's not going to be too much trading. There's no AI that can beat a raging bull market. And so keep that in mind. The AI hopefully is smart enough to realize, hey, just keep your hands in your pocket and just let it do its job. And that's what the market's doing right now. I think there are some standout companies that we can talk more about on December, is it 18th?
18th, yeah.
And on December 18th, we'll go much deeper in, answer a lot more questions, and give some clues as to, what the new portfolios are going to look like for 2025. So you'll get the idea of the themes that we create. So keep in mind that machine learning and algorithms and money management are all good things. But at the end of the day, we can only try to do as good as the market can and try to beat it if we know that we can manage money better than just being long the market. So when the market goes down, obviously that's good for us. If the market goes up, that's also good for us. So we are in one of those enviable positions with our clients that regardless of the markets, we should be able to prosper in 2025, hopefully along the lines of as we have in 2024. I feel nothing but excitement, especially given that when we create these new portfolios, we really do have an indication of where we should be invested and where we should apply our science to be able to navigate the markets most efficiently for next year. So there will be a lot more on that literally in 2 weeks. And I think the only other standout thing that I note here is, again, look at Bitcoin, and everybody had an idea that it could go to 100,000 in 2024. I think we came off of it by just $1,500 today. And I suspect that by year end, we will at least touch it and maybe push through it by December 31st. Doesn't mean you buy it here or anything, but just know that for the longer term, this is now not just an advancing market. It has legs because it is now going to have the first government to fully back it. And that is a big deal. And there's nothing else we can say. If we know it's going to be backed, I'm not going to ever short it. We have to own some of it. We must be efficient, though, on how we own it. And that's where we come in. And I think you'll be excited to see some of the new products that'll try to do just that, along the lines of what we did in BitFlip, as well as other stocks that I think will also have great potential in 2025. So for that, I don't think there's anything else I can add right now in our time crunch. We're about to do another meeting and another presentation for our investors. So again, thank you everybody for 2024. Thanks for all your support. And please tune in to the last one of the year. Again, and what is it, the 18th?
18th, yeah.
Tune in for that because that'll be a little bit longer and we'll go into more questions and give you a lot more insight as to what we believe are the best places to apply our science for your benefit for next year. Thank you so much, everyone.
Perfect. I don't want you guys to think I wasn't reading the chat. There was only a couple questions. Adrian, we're going to answer yours about the iterations next week. And then Sharon and I will reach out to you. We'll see what we can do, get your account looking a little bit better. It sounds like you need some help. So Kelly already said it, but you want?
No, I'm just looking at all the things that I can say. Hi, Jim. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lizzie. Thinks it's exciting. I do too.
Perfect.
All the very best, everyone. Happy holidays.
Yep. Happy holidays. Hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you back here same time.